No, because there's
No?
Hi guys, how are you? Okay. Did the cameras want me to turn off the aircon? Are you okay with the sound?
could actually make it work better.
We could. Okay. Has anyone got the? It's at the back there, Jeff. Please just press off. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining the pre-match press conference for Fulham versus Liverpool. We will start the press conference with broadcast media first, 15 minutes, and then we'll move over to the written press. So we will start with broadcast. Eleanor or Paul, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, great, thank you.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Hi.
Hi.
So do you have a full squad for tomorrow? That's the first question. Is anyone missing?
We have some players injured. Nathan Chalobah and Harry Wilson, they will be out of tomorrow's match. All the others, they are available.
Okay. With regards to transfers, are you happy with the business that you've done so far? Any other positions that you're looking to fill?
Like all the clubs, of course, we are looking forward to complete our squad. If you ask me if I'm happy with the players that we have signed so far, of course I'm really happy. I think it's clear that we had quality for our squad, Premier League experience in some players as well, experience in some of the others, even if they haven't played in Premier League already. Their knowledge about football, where they played before, some Champions League experience as well. It's always important, even if you know that Premier League is Premier League and is, for that reason, is the toughest competition in the world, and they need time to adapt. They are doing it quick, if I can say. But to repeat again, I'm happy with the players we have signed so far, but we are looking to complete our squad. Yes.
We understand you're looking for another centre back and a striker. Is that right? Are you happy to?
I will not mention. Of course, I think the centre back is clear. We have. Until yesterday, we had just two. We signed Shane Duffy, but we are looking for another one. Of course, we have to complete to have the normal number of 4 central defenders, centre backs to work and to play during the whole season. And about the other positions, I don't want to talk about specific positions. Of course, we are working on it. We are aware, but it's not a striker or a midfielder or a winger or a full back. Doesn't matter the position. I think the centre back is clear for everyone that we need to add, and the other positions we are working on it as well.
I know Sky in Italy is linking you to Justin Kluivert. Are you able to give a comment on that?
No, about the rumours, I don't want to talk because that makes sense. If not, I will speak 1 hour with you because every day will come a different player on the paper. Maybe 10% they are right. All the other 90% is completely not true, and that is the thing. Because that normally I don't talk about rumors and all the players they are linking with us doesn't make sense. Of course, we have a group of players. We are preparing our first game in Premier League. This is all the focus for me, for my players as well. Of course, behind the scenes you are working, and it's not important to talk about this type of situation right now.
How excited are you for the start of the season?
We are looking forward for it. Of course, we have done a fantastic job last season. All of us, we work really hard to play at this level where the club, in my opinion, belongs. And of course, now we have to, from tomorrow, to embrace the challenge, to be really positive, to embrace the challenge. It will be a long season for us. We know that for all the teams, it will be a tough season. It's the hardest one. But we have to embrace the challenge and to be really positive, trust on ourselves. And of course, during the season, we know that we'll have up and downs there, but we have to be really positive and confident that you can reach our target.
What is the target? I mean, what does success look like for you this year?
The main thing for us is to, as I said last season as well, and I will not change, in each game to be as more competitive as you can, to play each game to do our best to win the football match. I know that the position on the table after will come a consequence from our performance and the points that we get. I know that is a cliche in football, but is the way you think football. Is always to think the next one as the most important one, and for us the most important one will be Liverpool because it's the first one and of Premier League, and we will be like that always in the weeks after. It's the way we think, it's the way we did last season, and was really important for us because we cannot be so depressive when something comes wrong, and not to be feelings of euphoria if something comes really good for us. We have to be really balanced as a team, knowing that each match will be a challenge. Quality on the other side always, high quality on the other side, or top quality in some moments, and we have to focus in the next one. As a target, everyone knows what is the target for the clubs that they come from the championship, even if you did this in a fantastic way, in a fantastic style as well. I think it's clear for everyone what is the target.
Thanks, and Paul, would you like to continue?
Marco, if you were offered 17th today, would you grab that with both hands, or are you looking a bit higher in terms of those targets?
I don't want to talk about. I understand your question and make all the sense. And everyone knows if you get this type of position in the end of the season, everyone will tell that will be a successful season, and that is the truth. And everyone will congratulate us. And because that I don't want to talk always about the same thing and about positions on the table, about the targets. It's clear for us. It's clear that we want to be the more competitive we can in every match. We want to embrace the challenge clear on the match day. That is the main thing for us, to be not a comfortable team for the opposition side every time, and trust in ourselves, trust in our philosophy, trust in the way that give us the chance to be here. We know that will be different. We know that in certain moments of the game we will not be dominant or so dominant like last season. It is clear. Even if you want, it will not be possible because the quality that you have ahead of us. You are aware of everything. You know that in some moments will be different, but you want to be really successful. And not just because the position on the table will give us this or we work for it, but keep building what we did last season, keep in the same way, developing players, make them better every single match, every single day in this situation, work in a good environment. This connection that we did and we create and we make our fans, in my opinion, closer to the team last season. We have to keep doing that. At the end, in the end of each match, they have to be proud of us. If the result will be good, it will be fantastic because they will be. But in some moments, something doesn't go in the right direction for us in the result. They have to be proud of us, the way we fought, the way we fight to get the result. This is the main thing. And in this way, with the quality that we will work, with the players that we will have, I think we'll get good results.
I know we like to look back a lot more than managers do, but in terms of that fighting spirit and a way to start the season, the sort of setting the tone, your first game at Watford was against Liverpool as well, wasn't it? And that was a tremendous start. How fondly do you remember that day, and how successful was that in setting the tone and, you know, looking for a similar sort of reaction this weekend?
You did your homework.
Only a little bit.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Was the first game of that season. I think 3-3. Yeah, I think yes. And was a very good way to start. I know it was a tough game. We started leading the score, and after they turned it back, and I think it was a late goal that we equalized the match. I think it's the best way to start, to be honest. The main thing for us was some luck to play at home. I think we want to be back in Premier League with our fans with us, and fortunately not with the full of stadium because the stand is not full and ready. But the main thing for us was to play at home and to play against one of the best teams in the world, one of the best teams in Premier League. I think is a fantastic way to do it. Big respect to them, but we have to trust on ourselves and to do our maximum to enjoy really the challenge, and let's see the result. But of course, as always, you go for a match to take points for us, definitely.
You mentioned bringing Shane in. What does he specifically give you in terms of talent, experience and character?
Premier League experience, definitely. Will give us different profile than what we have right now. With Tosin and team, of course, they did amazing season last season. They were both one of the keys for us to not just to defend well, but the way we played, the way we were so strong on the ball. They were a key both. But Shane will give us different skills and different things, and this is what I want. I want competition between them, and when we try to add something, we try to add something different than when we have. Of course, he gives experience. He's really an aggressive, in the right way player. really strong in both areas, in set pieces as well, and experienced in the national team, and I think he's a player that can really help us and add something different than what we have.
And at the other end of the pitch, Alexander Mitrovic has been in this position before, where he's had a stunning campaign in the Championship, hasn't nailed the Premier League yet. Can you give us an idea into his mood, mindset, confidence going into this new season?
He's really confident. I'm not seeing a different Mitrovic this season and last season, to be honest. I can tell you even more. The pre-season that Mitro did the last 5 weeks, much better than the season before. Much better, with more goals scored, much more involved, and much more confident. Of course, all of the players last season, when I arrived in this football club, okay, the mood was completely different. They came from a tough season, and we all work really hard to get this in the right direction again. And of course, after a season when we score so many goals, of course, you have to come back with the top confidence to play football again, to enjoy again. He's working really hard. He's doing his maximum to do on the pitch what I'm demanding from him. Scoring goals, because he keeps scoring. In pre-season, he scored goals as well, and is important. He's really confident to get this done again. For me and for him, he knows that it's not important how many goals you will score. I know that if you create for him, you will score. I know that if you, as a team, you deliver for him what we should do, he has the ability and the capacity to score. That is the main thing. And all the other aspects of the game, he will work. I know that he will work because he knows that I demand from him. He knows that for us to be stronger as a team, we need his help as well.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just before we come to you, Ian, just want to check PA and haters. Do we have any questions for broadcast section? We're good. Thank you. Ian Abrahams, TalkSport.
How are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
First of all, welcome back to the Premier League.
Thank
and
you.
Can you just outline why Harry Wilson's not available against his former club?
He got an injury in a close behind game against Villa. He's injured in his knee.
Fulham have been a yo-yo team in the last few years. Getting out of the Championship hasn't been a problem. Staying in the Premier League has been a problem. How are you going to address that?
Not how myself will address that. How us as a team, as a club, will do it. Of course, the past is important always. If you do something right or wrong, if you have the capacity to learn from these moments. I think all the moments that you have in our life, myself as a manager, players, club, people that are in the top, if you have the capacity to learn from that moments, and I think that is the first step. Keep the good things and learn from some that we did not so good, and try to improve. This is what we are doing. In certain moments it's possible you do it quick, in certain moments a bit slowly, but it's what we are doing. Try to prepare ourselves as best as you can to, in the end of the season, to be a successful season for us.
Keeping the good things is Alexander Mitrovic scoring goals, and the one question that's been asked more often, I think, in football since last May until today is, can he do it in the Premier League?
43 goals?
Any goals?
Okay. If he can score goals in Premier League, no doubts about it. Mitrovic scored not just goals in Championship, he already scored goals in Premier League, he scored goals in his national team against top national teams as well. I'm sure he'll score in the World Cup, next World Cup as well, because he has the ability to do it. I don't have all the numbers in my mind because it's not the main thing for me. It's not this type of pressure I'll put behind him. But if I'm right, I think he scored 11, 12 goals first season at Fulham. And he came from Championship. He scored goals in Championship, and first season in Premier League with Fulham shirt, he scored 11 or 12 goals. I'm not saying that it's the same than 43, but it's a good number for a striker. If the others around they score as well, I'm not, and I don't. Okay, I played against him this season. I was in Everton, and he was always a threat for the opposition side as well. And he scored 11, 12 goals. That means that when the team delivers for him, he can score. And I'm sure if you can if you have the ability to play in our way, and if you have the ability to create, you will score. That is the main thing for us. And of course, you have to keep doing all the other stuff that is important for me that he does.
You mentioned others chipping in. One who can't this year for you is Fabio Carvalho, who's gone to Liverpool. He'll return to Craven Cottage, so will Harvey Elliott. Two really good players. I guess if Fulham, with respect, were a bigger club, could have held on to, but obviously you've got good money. Well, you've got money for both of them. How much are you looking forward to seeing them tomorrow, and how much do you hope they don't hurt you?
Firstly, it's not if you are a bigger club you can get them here. I think we can keep them here. I think we are Fulham Football Club, and you should keep them here. That is the main thing. Because they are from our academy, and it's tough for us to see them going so early for a different club, even if it's a bigger club. And of course, you know the dimension of Liverpool. But of course, hurts us to don't keep a player. Okay, Harvey was not on my time, but football is changing, and you know now it's difficult to keep some players at 16 or at 17 years old. But after they are professionals, we have to do our best to keep these type of players on ourselves. I think I cannot talk about the past regarding Fabio. Last season I said several times to you that unfortunately I got this football club 1 year later, because I think if I'm here before, Fabio will renew the contract with us. Is my feeling, because how he was important for us last season, if he felt the same season before, he could renew. I'm just supposing, of course, I'm not sure about it, but of course it's another thing that we have to learn from the past to do in a different way in the future. And of course, this type of talents that we help them to grow, and we give them the conditions for them to be better every single season. We have to try to do as much as we can to keep the talent inside our football club. Is a big step for us as a club, from our academy, for us as a professional part of this football club, to do it. We have some more. I think we have one player there that will be, in some years, will be a top player. And what we did with him right now, I think, is what we have to do with the others, to keep with them longer contracts, to give them longer contracts. Of course, it's important their ambition as well to play with the Fulham shirt, for us to keep the talent inside. And of course, after, if you have to sell them, we'll sell them with the right price.
Just two more. First of all,
another thing, you asked me about Fabio or Hervé, if they can be a threat for us tomorrow. Of course, I will hope no. Not because they don't have quality, they have enough quality to do it. Let's hope if we can, as a collective and as a team with our organization, to don't let them to create problems for us.
Just a couple of quick ones to finish with. 5 subs this season. Yes. Most managers are saying good thing, to have 5 subs, have 9 on the bench for more game time, obviously because of the demands of the season.
It's a good thing, much better for the squads that they have much more solutions on the bench. Definitely, I think it's a good thing for all, much better for the teams with more quality, much more deeper squads as well, more depth in their squads. I think tomorrow could be a good example. So many the kids that we'll have on the bench, and the opposite side, let's see what the solutions they have as well. But okay, that is a decision I think will be a good thing for all the managers. I agree with you.
And finally, the World Cup, because obviously the season is in 2 halves. Jurgen Klopp has said not enough people have criticised the fact that the World Cup is in between. In November, Thomas Tuchel I spoke to this morning, again, not a fan, doesn't want this to happen again. As a manager of Fulham Football Club, where do you stand on what you think about where the World Cup is placed and how difficult that makes your job as a Premier League manager?
It will be a different thing for all of us. I think if you ask me what I would prefer, of course, to do all season, and after the World Cup will come in the normal time, if I can say, for all of us. And to have a break in the middle to play a World Cup is not a natural thing for us, and of course will be the first time, and all of us we are expecting how it goes. That is the situation. But if you ask me what I would prefer, of course, to do all season and to play a World Cup in the end of the season.
So you're not a fan?
Let's see. I can tell you after, because will be a new season for all of us. But as a preference, of course, will be with World Cup in the end.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see you.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Ian. That completes the broadcast section. This is now the